else is doing something.
Good morning, Facebook.
Blessings, Facebook. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Trust everyone is well and lifted, ready to colorfully connect with me this morning. I appreciate your presence. Please grab your favorite hydration, something to write with, hopefully something in color, something colorful pens, markers, and of course, stick with me in curiosity, fun, and creativity. Thank you again for being here. Welcome, welcome.
Good morning. How you doing this morning?
Wonderful. How are you, Adam Love?
Every day is a good day. Day you wake up.
Yeah, it's good to see you, brother.
You too.
Thank you, love. Peace and blessings.
Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Stay woke, stay woke, stay woke. It's time to get up. Stay woke, stay woke, stay woke. It's time to get up. We're healing, we're dealing, we're growing together, together, releasing, we're teaching, we're moving together, together, we're learning, discerning, we're striving together, together, we're leading, connecting, transforming together, together.
Peace and blessings. Teresa, what's up, Purple? Tia, Celia, Tracy Ann, Zuhura, hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, Marilyn, Marie, Andrea Fisher, welcome, welcome.
Great morning, family.
If you hadn't had a chance to grab your favorite hydration, please do so. Some paper, colorful pens or markers or crayons. So welcome once again. Colorfully connecting rise divine spirits. Thank you for creating space this early rise to connect. And I want to give thanks first to our higher power, ancestors, and to each of you beautiful spirits. So my name is Sannyazin Heru Negron. I am the founder of Colorfully Connecting, here to colorfully connect with each and every one of you. I'm a creative energy coach who uses creativity to develop souls and find voices. So today we'll be having a conversation about the art of holding space and what it means to hold space and what it looks like depending on, what's happening. And so before we get, started on the conversation, I would like for us to do a little meditation. So we're going to play a song by Kira Kira. It's called Holding Space for the Unimaginable. So admin, whenever you get a moment, please start the song. And this meditation is just basically to get us in a flow of being present with oneself and with each other and Mother Earth, of course. And I also invite you to give presents a color. So what color am I going to give presents? I'm going to give presents for myself, gray. And I say gray because it's not an emotionally charged color. So I invite you to do the same. I also invite you to take in this moment. Think about when or where you have felt a natural sense of presence, of being aware of yourself and the world. Let your body settle into any position is asking of you. Allow yourself to just allow spirit to guide you. Whether you want to lie down, whether you want to sit down, whether you want to just stand up and move around. Let it be natural. Take a few breaths, easy breaths. Keep your eyes open, soften your gaze, or close your eyes, it's all up to you. Again, allow your spirit to guide you. As you breathe, feel your presence right here in this room, in the flow of presence. Open up to your environment in this moment, becoming aware of the sounds, colors, shapes, and the energy. Feel your body sensations in the position of choice, whether you're sitting, standing, or lying down. Feel the sensations of your body. Sense the pull of gravity attracting your body towards the earth. Is there something right now present inside of you that you can lean into or simply just let go? Take a moment to take another breath. Know that at this moment, in whatever position you're in, and wherever you are mentally, physically, you are being supported by Mother Earth. Take a moment to say to yourself quietly, yes, I am supported. Now, if you feel up to it, gently bring your hands to your heart for a moment. Allowing yourself to feel the movement of breath beneath your hands, inhaling and exhaling. As your breath flows, you're embracing the atmosphere of the earth. Appreciate this different kind of support in the moment, this nourishment and connection with the world. Continue to feel your presence here. Connect to the color that you've given presence. Connect to the flow of your life. Now take a moment to acknowledge the element of space around you. Sense the space above you, behind you, in front of you, in this space, to either side of you. Breathing with that connection of your body and the larger body of the space. Now gently reaching your hands all around you. Explore the space you're in. Trust your hands and arms to move in a way that feels interesting, natural, powerful, graceful. Embrace the atmosphere of Earth in which you're breathing, moving, existing. Embrace the sky, the vastness of space, and all that it inhabits. The sun, the moon, the stars, the quality of light, the quality of darkness. This body, this life. There is infinite room to breathe, infinite room to be. Take in some spacious breaths of that infinite feeling that is available to you. From this very feeling of spaciousness, remember this very particular place you're in. Reconnect with the local spot on planet Earth that is your ground right now. Feeling this experience of being alive, being supported, being protected, being loved. All the sensations that this offers you. Feel your own individual presence and connection with the field of life. Feel your embodiment of all the energies. I invite you again to bring your hands back to your heart. Feel that it's pulsing in your heart. Feel what is pulsing in your heart and in your body. Your thoughts, your sensations, your emotions, your inner wisdom. Feel your sense of presence now and imagine it into the flow of your day, family. Remember your connection to self. Remember the support of the earth. Remember the spaciousness that surrounds you. Remember how you want to show up for yourself and for others. In this remembrance, begin to open and sense this environment once again, right where you are. Take a few easy breaths and let your body begin to sway, move. Once again, feeling its nourishment, its power, its creative freedom. When you're ready, begin a gentle transitioning back into the woo space. So family, let's talk about holding space is art. Take a moment to just think about what is holding space. And I'd like someone to respond with not just how you would define holding space, but also maybe a physical demonstration, right? What does holding space even looks like? So take a moment to just ponder over what is holding space to you. Holding space for me has been many, many, many things. And I'll share with you briefly as you think about what holding space is. Shawnee asked me 2 years ago, maybe 2.5 years ago, what do you do? And I didn't know how to respond to her. I was like, I don't know what I do. What you mean what I do, right? And I know she was, in an effort to get to know me and invite me on Woo, she wanted to know a little bit more, and I really didn't know how to explain at that time because I didn't know how to define it. And I realized that one of my gifts is my ability to hold space. So Kinyofu, you say being present. That's how you would define holding space?
Yes.
Anyone else want to share what is holding space to them and also demonstrate? Where my people at? Tia, Evelyn, Cecilia, what's up? Purple, Tracy Ann.
This is Omena. How are you? I can't come on camera, you all, because I'm actually rushing to leave out the house, and I wasn't able to be completely still for the meditation, but it was amazing because I immediately saw like a mint green, and every rising, I wake up, I say my affirmations, I actually speak over my water. And so holding space is truly allowing what's unfolding to unfold and to be very present to the energy and give an intentional, to me, an intentional, what's the word I'm looking for? Just to hold the intention of what it is you also would like to send or beam to what's unfolding. I always use the context of I'm holding space for my friends, or I'm holding space for, humanity. And that really is just an intentional presence of what energy I would like to unfold in that moment. But it's really like a soil to me. It's like how the soil holds the seed, and it just allows that seed to be and grow and do what it needs to do, but it's healthy soil so that it can be that.
Beautiful, Amanda. Thank you so much for that.
Sannyazin, Shawnee says, being a container for energy to be and do. And Purple says she's driving now. She saw a beautiful sky blue and realized she hasn't placed her hand over her heart and felt it beat in so long. Abimbola says, I think about doing Tai Chi where we hold space. And Safia quotes, Omena, healthy soil.
Beautiful family. Thank you for your shares. Is there anyone that is open to demonstrate, give a physical demonstration of what it looks like maybe to hold space?
So you're looking for an actual person to come on camera and show you
Yes.
what holding space is.
Give us a position, a pose. Who's down to play?
So as admin, we hold space for the facilitator, and our position is different than if I were supporting in a live space. And I've been in those spaces. So live space, I've been in the back, just being there, open body, which means my arms aren't crossed, my legs aren't crossed, I'm standing there and I'm not talking to anybody. Here in Zoom, I'm holding space. I'm watching, my fingers are moving, my eyes are moving. It's a different experience.
Beautiful, thank you, Kinyofu. So yeah, holding space is a created presence, right? To support a person in a journey, in their journey, right? Through their processes as they're transitioning from where they are in the experience or moment out of into the next, right? It's a form of sort of growing into a glowing. And that's how I define holding space. Holding space is a complex practice. It's not, I find it to be sometimes challenging because there is a way to show up in holding spaces. We'll talk about the elements of holding space. And it's challenging, I think I find for myself more so when it's one thing to be prepared when someone calls you and you have a conversation, and there's other thing to just be in a space and something happens and now you're required to hold space. And just briefly, what I experienced not too long ago in San Diego. So one of my favorite words is fuck. Fuck is one of my favorite words. It's just bold. It's a daring. It allows me to use or call into being for myself at any given moment, like fuck everything outside of me in this moment. In other words, what other people may think or say about who I'm being, right? And just allowing myself to flow. So I'm sharing that because I met my fuck girl, quote, in San Diego while I was there. And she's a sister that sells fuck jewelry. And so I meet her and she gets approached by another lady who was triggered by the word fuck. And of course she was triggered such that she started attacking this woman, right? My fuck girl, she started attacking her. And all I remember in the moment is feeling, okay, let me ease into honoring both of them, right? Creating space to support my fuck girl in feeling safe and protected, and also honoring this woman who she's feeling attacked by. And so that was a recent experience that I had. And then thereafter, I've had many others, which is why I wanted to talk about this today. So it's a complex practice that is tailored for each person in the moment, in the experience, right? And that's not always easy. And then there's levels. There's different, how should I say, depths to it. So you have a depth that may be, I'm going to use something to demonstrate. You see this? So there may be a shallow level, right? So if I cover this, this may be a little shallow level. Then there may be a medium-sized level, right? And then there's, as I expand, there's a deeper level of holding space. So there's even levels to what that looks like, right? And so when I think of shallow, or when you think of shallow in holding space, give me an example. Someone give me an example. What might be something that would be on a less deeper level, right? When you think of a relative or even yourself, in terms of what you may need at a given moment, someone to support you.
This is Shawnee. I can speak from something that is both shallow and deep for me, and it comes from you, how you hold space for me. So you know that there is a need for more rest and play in my life. And so what you do to hold space for that is you lightly, with levity and joy, will text me songs, affirming words. You use terms of endearment. When you reach out to me, you'll send me voice recordings with this high energy. And so it has both a lightness for me and it goes deep because it affirms my need for affection, connection, nurturing, and mothering. So it goes both ways. I crack up when I receive some of the messages because they're so funny. And you also blend English and Spanish when you're speaking to me. it does both things for me. So it's a shallow lightness, as I said, and then it opens and expands my heart and creates healing for me. And it gets my ass in action so that I am like being intentional about generating the pleasure that I say that I want in my life and the rest. The other piece too, you did this the other day, and I mean, we're both over 50 and you were a youngin' in the 50 zone, but you checked me, you're like, are you in AARP? So how you hold space is like, yo, get yours. Like, we're in this age group, get everything that you can get from being in this age group. So your ass better join AARP. I don't care what you think about it and your stuff, like join so you can get these benefits. So that's how I view it. It relates to you and what it provides for me on the continuum of holding space.
Beautiful, Shawnee Love. Thank you. I appreciate that. See, everyone gets to define that for themselves, right? And I love how you brought it all together. And yes, girl, we need those AARP discounts, man. Don't play. See? So I appreciate you, also being receptive to it, right? So thank you for that. And so I think of holding space very similarly. And also when I think of like friends that are, so I was married and had youngins, and then, now I'm divorced and have adult children. And not to say that I don't need and share the same with some of my friends in moments where they're calling and complaining about what the husband's not doing enough as it relates to the children. So it may be moments where someone's calling just to be heard, right? They just need an ear. And I consider that to be a little more on the shallow side, right? And so then you have your medium level of what it means to hold space for someone. And for me, one of the things that I also recently experienced was a trauma trigger. I had a trauma trigger and I could have stayed there too long, right? Because again, the brain doesn't know if it's happening now or it happened 20 years ago, 10 years ago. And in that moment, I felt like I needed, someone physically there for me. So that would be, to me, something on the medium level, someone physically showing up to support what could be me getting stuck. And then there's a deep level, right? The deep level, I think of the loss of a loved one. And as we all know, losing someone we love, out of this realm into the spiritual realm, there's layers of like overlapping emotions that show up, right? Sometimes controlled thoughts, sometimes out of control thoughts. And so that's an example of something that I would consider to be, to bring in a deeper level of holding space for someone. So that being said, I also want to talk a little bit about how our senses hold space for us all the time. And so what I'd like for us to do now is grab a colorful pen or marker or crayon and write down the following. I smell, I taste, I feel, I see, I hear, the universe is. And while you think about this and write down, fill in those blanks, Kinyofu, one of the admins is gonna play a song. Kinyofu, whenever you're ready. I see that, man. I smell my oil blissfully fresh.
Who places for the victory?
So you have about a minute.
And the power for the revelations. And what questions remain? I'm learning to breathe and hold the space. Oh, space is for the silence and the things I need to say. Places for the victory and the pocket to pray for the revelations and what questions remain. I'm learning to breathe and hold the space. Yeah, I'm learning to breathe and hold the space.
All right, family. So now I invite you to change the smell, taste, feel, see, hear in the universe to I am. So replace all the senses with I am blank. And who is available and would love to share with us the I am and how the I am using your senses supports you every day, all day?
So there's some, Shawty says powerful, powerful. And as far as the comments, they're coming in now as far as the I am. I wrote mine down on my paper so I could share mine. So it sounds like a poem, an affirmation. I am sage and myrrh, cinnamon, large and relative, white light whispers.
Beautiful. So I see Amena says, I smell my oil blissfully fresh. I taste water. I see immense opportunities magnetizing. I feel inspired, full, and feel the energy moving in my belly. I hear such beauty in messages and music. I am blissfully fresh. Anyone else would like to share?
Omena's I ams are coming in. So maybe this will be a good time for people to share their verbals. as is quicker, and Marilyn's hand is up.
Blessings, Marilyn Love. Thank
Good
you.
morning, blessings to all. So I wrote down, I smell my childhood. I taste victory. I feel the world around me. I see my future. I hear my voice. The universe is my playground. And I am me, perfectly imperfect, however I want to be.
So we're going to replace the universe is and put I am blank.
I am.
So let's read that again for me, Marilyn.
So the universe is my playground. So I am my playground. I am, I guess. Okay, that sounds.
Yes, you
I
are
don't
your
know,
playground.
but I am my playground. I am shaping myself to what I want to be, fun and loving, approachable, I guess. And like for you know, people who know me, I work in a school with kids, and I am that fun, loving person that the kids want to come to, and I guess that's fitting.
Beautiful. Thank you, Marilyn. You are
Thank
your
you.
playground. Absolutely, you are. I say the
Thank you.
world is mine. The world is mine.
Ashe.
Anyone else?
Okay, so I have ominous, I am water. I am immense opportunities. I am inspired. I am full. I am energy moving. I am beauty. I am music. Okay, and Adam says, I smell the mango, strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, raspberries when I make my flavored syrup. So I'm gonna, so should I make this I am for Adam as I'm
So
reading it?
yes, we're replacing the senses with I am with the description. So yes.
Okay,
And
so
this is something, go ahead.
this is Adam. I am the mangoes, strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, raspberries when I make my flavored syrup. I am the sweetness of my syrup. I am the stickiness of my syrup. I am the beautiful colors of the syrup that I make. I am my soul salivating for my syrup. And okay, what to do with the universe?
I am connected to the colors of my syrup that I make.
Okay, and I am naked nature.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I love this. So use this, guys. This is a tool, right? Post it. Revisit the I am. Maybe a few times this week or maybe every day this week. Again, I'm very spirit-led in my life. So allow your spirit to lead you and be reminded that your senses also hold space for you. And so now I want to talk a little bit about the elements of holding space. When you think of the elements of holding space, what guides us? What supports us, right? And today we're going to just kind of talk about the elements themselves, but just something to think about. So who would like to share? What are some of the elements of holding space? Amanda says, oh, I didn't do my universe. The universe is infinite and deep, so I am infinite and deep. Yes. Yes, Amanda, yes, you are.
My universe was, the universe supports me. So how would I do that as a I am? Oh, I support me?
Yes. Bam.
Okay.
Look at that. I support me.
Thank you.
So anyone would like to talk about what they may, I don't like the elements of holding space? What would you define as an element? Give me one that you can offer in holding space.
By element, are you speaking about element of the earth or element as an aspect?
As an aspect regarding holding space.
Mhm.
So like
So
someone said earlier, a container, that would be an element, right?
Sophia says the breath, and Chloe Ann says listening.
Beautiful. Chloe! Thank you, Sophia. Chloe love. Okay.
I'll
So
say selflessness.
beautiful. Okay. So in holding space, what we can offer is all of this that you guys, breath in the moment, listening. So take a moment to write these down. It's something worth just sitting with, right? Because it comes up differently at different times. And there's many ways to hold space. So one offer you can make is spaciousness, right? And spaciousness for me is like the freedom from fixed meanings. It's like I find that I'm liberated from like an automatic interpretation or habitual response in spaciousness. So instead, what I've now put into practice is ask a question rather than say and give, my usual response, like, oh, give an option or an opinion, right? That's not always necessary. Sometimes it's necessary to ask a question. So that's how, I would define an offer of spaciousness. That's what it would look like. The other one is witness. So there's spaciousness, there's witness, there's selective guidance. There's a container, compassion.
Come out in Facebook, he says, full presence, spirit-centered engagement.
Beautiful. So discernment and non-judgment. Flexibility. Connection. And being someone's ally. So we have to define some of this. I would start with, I've shared spaciousness. Who wants to talk a little bit about what it means to witness and hold space, bearing witness? What does that look like?
Well, Mena, in reference to that element, she adds expansion. And I can say, as far as witness as a doula, being with women when they were giving birth, I definitely was witness to them and to their process, and often hands off, but often hands on.
Beautiful. So at every given, again, experience and moment, you're really tailoring how you're holding space for that person in that moment in their experience. So bearing witness. Depending on, so for me, bearing witness is, let's say someone suffered, were involved in an accident, right? And they lost their ability to do things like they used to. Maybe their speech changed, maybe they're not walking the same. There's a sort of a handicap that has been, imposed on them due to the accident. And so I have found with those that I've been privy to be in their presence in the moment to support is these individuals want to be seen and heard. They want to be remembered as that person, not as a new handicapped person, but as the person they are and they have always been, except for now there's an impairment. So that's bearing witness. When I think of selective guidance, right before I even say, who wants to share a little bit about what selective guidance might look like? Anybody wants to share what selective guidance might look like?
Can you repeat the question?
selective guidance. What does selective guidance look like? What it
I
may
also
look
put it in, I also put it in the chat so I can call on somebody to answer that question. Let's say Rachel, are you available?
Yeah, I'm available. Good morning, everybody. Just getting ready for the day. How are you? So what I would say selective guidance look like to me would be being holding space for what's asked for. Like when somebody asks you for something, not offering all your help, but what is asked of you. And I'm complete.
Thank you. Anyone else?
I could share. I would say part of selective guidance is about knowing when to allow for it to unfold the way it needs to unfold, and when you are being called to actually state something that needs to be stated. Because I think sometimes in holding space, there's a moment. I had a moment the other day with a friend, and she was sharing some concerning things inside of the conversation. And while she was sharing from a place of excitement, you know, and joy, I could also hear some of the real red flags in it as well. And having to find a moment where I was able to share what I needed to share, not from a place of judgment, but still needing to articulate some of the things she needed to be mindful and cautious of while moving forward. And being able to understand when to offer that inside of a conversation, even when someone is expressing joy, can be a little tricky. But when you're holding space for someone, given what they have expressed that they desired for themselves, there's a different level of responsibility that's also required inside of the conversation. And so to choose, you have to be selective while also knowing that there's a moment in time where you may have to actually like say something, so that you know that you communicated something that came up for you, and what they choose to do with it is up to them, but being responsible to articulate whatever's coming up in that moment.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That was just perfect in the way you defined it. Yes, it's definitely offering an assistance, right? But it doesn't necessarily mean you have to offer from a should do place. Sometimes it's just allowing them to rely on their own internals and not being an external for them, right? So thank
Yes,
you.
so-
Anyone at Facebook want to share? Yeah, go ahead, King Yofa.
Okay, so a couple of things. I want to read the chat. There's only 2 comments, and then I want to do a time check. Amina, she's agreeing, she's mirroring Akua. She says, peace, Akua, I know that voice, and what a powerful recognition. And Rachel says, sometimes you have to allow a person to figure it out on their own. I like to allow a person to use and learn how to use their own discernment. Kamal in Facebook says, not operating from a lens, being a mirror. And so for a time check, it is now 7:58. Just want to let folks know that we appreciate you all for being here. If you need to leave, this is messages for you. If you need to leave, the Sannyazin contact information will be dropped in the chat. You can catch the replay for what you've missed. And for everybody else, to stay around, stick around, and Sannyazin will continue.
Appreciate you guys. Have an awesome, again, spirit sunshining day. Thank you for being here. So now we go on to what is containment, right? Or container. So a container, I would describe it as something I would offer in a way of supporting someone to feel safe and protected. I think there's discernment around this as well. Creating boundaries with someone else. I think so I have a brother who is has been a drug addict, and he has been in recovery for maybe a year or two. And I'm super proud of his unbecoming to become. And in his case, someone like him, I would probably, in creating a container for him as it relates to safety and protection, if I saw signs of him regressing in some way, I may admit him to rehab, right? That may be a way that I would have to show up for someone like him, right? In supporting the boundaries that I need to create in the relationship, and also make sure in securing him his safety and protection. Okay. One of the other elements I mentioned is compassion. All right. Compassion can be so many things. You know, for me, it's a foot massage. I love massages, and I love, in particularly, my feet being massaged. Right. I love hugs. Touch is my love language. Maybe empathy. What does compassion look like to you? Anyone?
This is Omena.
Yes,
I'll go.
Amanda.
Oh, okay. I don't know who that was, but this is Omena. Sis, first of all, I love that you said foot massage, because I'm a Thai massage therapist. I was like, yes, on the massage, it's so important. People don't understand like how rejuvenating that is. But compassion to me, I'm sorry for, we're loud in here, but compassion to me is like Stephen Covey's seek first to I say overstand, then be overstood. So what I hear in that is, let me really empathize with this person. Let me listen. Let me just be available to allow this person to just be, you know, and offer them immense love, just immense support. And just hearing them, no matter what it sounds like, no matter what it looks like. You know, sometimes I know I define things as like good or bad, you know, negative or positive, but it's like that compassion piece for me is, let me understand and understand what it is you're dealing with, and just, like you said, hold space, be the container, and allow. I also see holding the space, something you said, with being visual and taking action. Like, it's a proactiveness, and then there's a visualization piece that happens in holding the space. So I kind of veered off a little bit, but compassion is pretty much that. Seek first to overstand, then be overstood.
Beautiful. Thank you, sis. I'm loving that. Thai massage therapist. I need you in my life. I'll be in New York next week. Wait, I'm just assuming you live in New York. Where do you live?
I actually am from New York, and we just moved to Georgia 4 months ago. So if you are ever in the Georgia area, if I'm ever in New York, where do you live?
Actually, I'm in Houston, but I'll be in Atlanta soon. So I think August, September. Yes,
Yeah.
I'll look you up, love.
I will DM you. I work at the Jasmine Spa, Atlanta. So do come see me, and I will hook you up, give you some extra loving.
Thank you. Looking forward to it.
Okay,
So
Rachel
now-
is here to answer your question.
Yeah, compassion for me looks like not pushing your thoughts and views on the next person while they're going through something that is maybe traumatizing, or something that's weighing heavy on them. Just not, you know, if that were me, you know, that's not compassion. That doesn't look like, and it doesn't sound like it. Just holding space for them to vent, and not even, because there's certain spaces, me working in the field that I work in, people can translate what they say, and I could be like, my goodness, how you say it like that, you know, but it's not for me to correct how they're venting or how they're sharing. It's for me to offer them a space to just be like, I understand what you're feeling, or I don't understand rather, but I appreciate you sharing, actually, you know, and being in a space to be vulnerable, because sometimes what might look like aggression or sound like aggression to somebody is vulnerability, really, for a person to even express what they're feeling in that moment. So just offering space without pushing your thoughts and views on that person about a situation that you've never been in.
Thank you, sis. Yes, just meeting the person where they are. Thank you. And so then there's also discernment, non-judgment. So there's discernment, non-judgment. And for me, showing up in non-judgment is one thing, but then discerning whether or not, depending again on what's happening, whether or not judgment is necessary. And when I think of it being necessary, I think of maybe someone is being abusive, right? Abuse is not okay. So I would, in that moment, judge what's the best next thing to do given what I'm witnessing. Then there's also flexibility. And this one is an interesting one because I feel like to offer flexibility can also look very different, in that I've experienced a woman who lost her husband. He transitioned and she celebrated on a level like, I just had my firstborn, I just made $1 billion. Like, she celebrated it big. And I never experienced a woman saying, I've been married 40 years and I'm happy this ninja is in the spiritual realm now, right? And so with the flexibility is also knowing that everyone's not always in a pain and suffering space. And so you offering it from that place would look differently. Like, as I, shared this example with her, she wasn't showing up with pain and suffering, and she was showing up with happy and joy. And I'm so relieved by his transition. And so that was a different level of flexibility. Has anyone experienced something like or similar? Like, the flexibility can look different? Anyone?
Well, no one has dropped a response to that in the chat. There are some chats from Facebook that probably don't answer the question about flexibility. Would you like to hear those, or would you like me to call on somebody?
Let's call on someone.
Actually, Rachel has her hand up.
Rachel.
Yeah, for me, being flexible and offering flexibility would just be in a space of allowing that person to bend to how they're feeling, right? To adapt a little bit. Not, I don't want to say code switch, but to adapt to how that person is feeling when they show up and how they show up. To not internalize, right? You can't internalize a situation when you're being flexible with, maybe it's going against how you see things or would do things. Again, just not pushing on your thoughts and how you would do things in the process, because that person is dealing with. So allowing yourself to just give space to say, everybody's different and everybody does things differently. So, respect the process that they're having, because it's not your process.
Absolutely. Thanks, sis. Absolutely. That's exactly, like, flexibility. It just shows up. The demand of someone else asking for the support is going to be different. And it does mean meeting them where they're asking you to meet them. And so the next one is connection. For me, when I think of connection, I always go back to the love languages, right? So there is touch, quality time, gift, affirmation, and acts of service. Is bringing, when I think of my loved ones, using their love language to come back to the connection. Anyone wants to share what connection looks like for them? Or for you? I should say. What is connection?
All right, so let's see who I can pull from the audience. Oh wait, there's a hand raised. Adam, and is down. Adam, are
Okay.
you?
Yes, I'm here. Connection could be me owning a pet like a goldfish or walking a dog. Connection could be, me, watering my garden and whatnot, so I can, reap the benefits of the fruits and the vegetables that I'm growing. Connection could be, going outside and connecting with the sun, so you can see how my skin is glowing and I'm complete.
Okay. So you would, if I'm hearing you correctly, you're saying even in going outside, you would, in holding space for someone or for yourself, you would use the elements, Mother Earth,
Yes.
to bring forth connection. Okay, beautiful. I love that. And
Because
so the
I believe
last,
in
Mhm. Go ahead, Adam.
because for me it's about self-care. It's about putting yourself first before everybody else.
Okay, I feel that. I feel that. Take care of you, because otherwise you're not going to be available to take care of someone else if you don't, right? If you're falling apart, availability is not quite there.
Exactly.
Okay, I hear that.
You have a
Is there-
comment from Noelle on connection, and then there's two hands raised. So let me read Noelle. And she says, connection for me looks like communication and understanding each other. Connection for me is understanding each other's love language. Connection to self is self-love and self-care. Me dates and me days. Okay, me dates and me days. Enjoying nature and meditation.
All of the above. Noel, what's up, baby girl? ¿Qué lo que pasa aquí? Ah? When we gonna go dancing? Good to see. Well, at least your picture, hear your voice.
And Shawnee is on deck.
Hey. All right. So I'm thinking about when I'm talking to folks, holding space for them to share what's going on with them. I was doing it yesterday. So I connect above, allow myself to connect to what's happening as the downloads and the energy comes through, as I listen and connect, not just to the voice, but like the energy and vibration, like the things that are being said, but what's not being said too. So I'm getting information from above and this way, and then processing in here, connecting to myself and synthesizing and then sharing out. And when I'm not connected, because I'm exhausted, distracted, I feel the difference. There's a hesitancy in what I say. It just doesn't land. And the person might be like perfectly fine with what I'm saying, but I know that I'm not fully connected. So for me, it's a multi-layered, all I keep seeing is like energy coming from all these different directions, but I'm the conduit for the receptivity, the input, the output, and then also what I get to do or say as a result of the exchange of connection from all these different sources. And I'm complete. At least that's how I interpret what you said or what you asked.
Thank you. What's interesting, one of the things you said that's interesting to me is I'm big on the underlying, right? Using your intuition to connect to what's underlying that's not being said and what's being needed in the moment. But when you say also, although you know that you're not fully present, but it may land, right, with the person that you're sharing with, do you find that sometimes because you know there's a level of, I'm going to use the word disconnect or something that you're still, processing through, do you find that in those moments, your agenda may be attached to it as well?
Sometimes, yeah. And that can mean, my agenda could be many things. Sometimes, a lot of times it's just not having the bandwidth at the moment that it disrupts the connection. But there are times when I'm in judgment, or there are times when because the bandwidth is not there, I want to release the conversation, but I stay. And that's when the connectivity is just not clean and clear. And I also will say this, and I try not to do caveats, but it's important in this moment for me to be understood, that even in my mediocre exchanges where I know that I'm not at 100%, I can still produce outcomes. And so, but that's not, to me, that's not enough. Like, I really want to be fully present. I know I can produce if I half-ass it anyway, and that's in activities, projects. But when I'm with people and they're talking about the things that are most important to them, I want to be at 100% attention and connectivity with them, and also be able to receive from the ancestors, or their guides, and mine too. So I don't want to be operating in mediocrity when I'm having these type of exchanges, even though people do get something out of it, no matter how I'm showing up. So I'm going to be accountable, responsible, and in integrity with the gifts that I have, even if I'm still able to produce when I'm not at 100%. So I'm complete.
Yeah, and that's received. Thank you for that. And yes, I get the mediocrity, but also remember, where you are is where you are, and what's received is received, right? Anything beyond that is not your place in the moment, right? Allow yourself to remove that, right? Because we want to be connected without an agenda. We want to allow ourselves to be connected without an agenda. Although I do totally hear and understand what you mean by, I don't want to operate from mediocrity, but maybe mediocrity fits in the moment for whatever the reason is in the moment. True. Receive that, right? Receive that. Because we also want to make up that something has to look a certain way, right? But that's us making that up.
Yeah.
So,
true.
And to me, there's a big difference between something that lands and something that hits. So if it hits, it's not landing, that doesn't work. But if you're saying it lands, right?
Yeah.
Then it works. Then it works.
I love the difference between hitting and landing. Because something, I could throw a pitch and it bust you in your head. It hit, but I want you to catch it in your hand. So yeah, I definitely receive that. That resonates, and have a great appreciation, because when I'm not fully present, then I have an element of guilt. I'm like, here, this person is pouring out their heart, and I'm not fully seated in this moment. Yeah, so thank you for that. I receive.
Beautiful. So this brings us to the last offer that I mentioned earlier, which is being an ally, right? That to me would be to just create space to walk beside a person in solidarity, right? Over comfort. So it's kind of what we're talking about, right? It's not about comfort. It's just supporting them in solidarity. And I think about parent-child relationships. I, have a 36-year-old daughter named Charlie and my 25-year-old son named Darren, AKA my little cub, my little big cub. There's been, experiences where they don't feel, they may have felt abandoned by me, and I get to support that. If that's how you feel, I get to see you in that and support it, and not give a rebuttal, but just join them in that understanding, right? Or the understanding that this is my experience, Mom, and you don't get to take that away from me. So walk with me. Walk with me in this. Who wants to talk about what being an ally looks like?
I'll share as far as what it looked like for not being an ally to being an ally, right? Oh, so for me with my son, I'm learning, and as I continue to learn, when he vents about certain situations of, he's married. So as a mother, you want to put in your 2 cents. And he expressed to me, "Ma, I don't need your opinion, your thoughts, or your feelings. I just need you to listen to me. I'm calling just to vent. I don't want to vent to my friends. I don't want to vent to anybody else. I wanted to talk to you, but I don't want to hear you." And I had to receive that, understand that, and respect it. Even though my mother instinct was like, "Boy, you just called me with all of this and you don't want me to say something? You don't want information back?" Like, and he was like, "I just want you to allow me to speak." So I had to learn to listen better while being an ally, because for me, even within my friendships, my girlfriend today will be like, "Are you listening? Are you there?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm just taking in what you're saying." And she's like, "This is different." So I'm just trying to listen better while being an ally and not receiving it to respond.
There you have it. That's it. Yeah. Again, not making it about us, right? Making it about them and respecting that they're adults and they can make their own decisions, even if we don't agree with the decisions. They're a whole person, So embracing that. And although it is painful, right, as parents, we don't want to see the suffering, and we want to give a nourishment around what you can do, maybe, possibly. But guess what? At the end of the day, I always say to myself, I do a lot of mirror work, and I go in front of the mirror and I say, Sannyazin Heru Negron, this is none of your damn business. Okay, all right, stay in your place, stay in your lane, go home, mind your business. All right, and I'm complete. So thank you, sis. So, all right, family, is there any Facebookers? Is that a word? I don't know. I may have made that up. I'm good at making up words.
We made up words this whole journey and Wake Up Everybody.
So I think Omena says, or no, I don't know. Read. I don't know. I'm confused now with I don't know where to start.
Don't worry about it. Relax. We got it.
Okay.
And so Facebook comments have been weaved in, so we have been sharing them as the opportunity arose. And Omena is specifically to what Rachel said, that being an ally to your children allow them to have and share the experience that hit her in the heart. And from Facebook, we have D.Y. Forrester sharing, that is a new concept for parents to embrace, because for me, generations have given their opinions, which is what others may have needed in the past. And Martine from Facebook says, yep, holding space is something simply listening and silently processing, waiting for the right time to react to what we heard, if at all.
Love it, love it, love it, love it. Hey, Sister Love. Okay, so now, guys, again, the elements you can offer to hold space for our friends, family, and even strangers, for the world, right, is spaciousness, witness, selective guidance, container, compassion. What's the other one? Discernment and non-judgment, discernment and guidance, flexibility, connection, being an ally, all the different offers you can make when holding space. And so now, before we close, I'd like for us to do an exercise. So this is going to require for you to, again, use a pen, pencil, crayon, marker, have that available, a notebook, piece of paper, a piece of newspaper, whatever you choose to write on your window. I love writing on mirrors. So whatever you choose to write on, and you're going to create 4 columns. Okay. And Kinyofu, although I suggested that you play the music, how do I want to do this, guys? No, let me give the instructions first. So you're going to create 4 columns. And in the first column, you're going to list 3 things you most want out of life, like personally and emotionally. Like at your core, what do you really, really want? That's what you're going to list in the first column. You got that? Okay, you've given all the instructions. Okay. And then the second column, you're going to list 3 things you would like to experience in your lifetime. Maybe what would you like to see globally, locally, or just in any aspect of your life? List 3 things you would like to experience in your lifetime. In the third column, I'd like you to list 3 things that make you unique. Your gifts, your talents. List 3 things that make you unique. That's the third column. The fourth column, you want to list actions, something that you want to undertake in this lifetime. Something you want to do maybe in the next week or 2 or 3. And I want you to start the statement with, I can. So you're listing 3 actions, positive actions that you want to undertake in your life. And these are the actions you want to take in the next week or 2. And start the statement with, I can. Okay, and once you have all 3 of these listed, all 4 columns, 3 items listed under each, I want you to, nope, I'm gonna let you write it, and then we're gonna start the music now. I want you to complete that, and then we'll come back to what I'd like you to do next. So you're creating 4 columns. And you're listing in column 1 the things you want to most, the things you want out of life, personally and emotionally. What you want at your core, what you really want. The second column, you listing 3 things you like to experience in this lifetime. The third column, you listing 3 things that you believe make you unique. And the fourth column, you're listing 3 positive actions, improvements that you want to undertake in your life during the next week or 2. And again, you want to start the statement with, I can. So maybe take 3 minutes, maybe 3 minutes to complete this.
Can you see me now? I've been searching to find the presence in your stare. You come closer, I stand fast. Am I a future just up in your way?
Sean.
most likely you wouldn't believe it. Believe me, even if I tried. There's a picture right here in between. There's something in this life better left.
So once you are complete on listing all 3 items in each one of the 4 columns, I'd like you to circle one thing in each column. So choose one out of the 3 in each column and circle it.
Just trying to pass. Am I in your way? Am I not at all? I got nothing to say as my body calls out for you to stay with me and hold the space.
And once you're done with that, starting with column 4, I want you to write, I will add what you circled in column 4. And then you're going to add using my and fill in that blank with what you circled in column 3. Then you're going to add to accomplish and fill in the blank which you circled in column 2. Then add, and in doing so, also achieve. So you're going to add, and in doing so, also achieve. And you're going to add whatever you circled in column 1. So I'm going to repeat this, okay, to make sure we're clear. So you circle one thing in each column, and starting with column 4, you're going to write I will, and choose whatever, fill in the blank, whatever you circled in column 4. Then add the words using my, and fill in the blank with whatever you circled in column 3. Then add to accomplish and fill in the blank with the thing you circled in column 2. And then add, and in doing so also achieve, and fill in the blank with the thing you circled in column 1. And then add, okay, so I see you, Kenyofa, right? Okay. And when you're complete, please do share. Naja, what's up, baby? Do share. Okay, so I've been asked to repeat. So again, we're going to circle one thing in each column, starting with column 4. Write, I will, fill in the blank with whatever you circled in column 4. Then add using my, fill in the blank with whatever you circled in column 3. Then add to accomplish, and then fill in the blank with whatever you circled in column 2. Then add, and in doing so also achieve, and fill in the blank with the thing you circle in column 1. And whenever you're ready, please, let's get maybe 2 or 3 people to share their statement. Let's see if I did mine.
So I'm imagining people are still processing the activity. So maybe a few more minutes, a few more seconds. I don't know if we have minutes.
I'm looking for, to see if I had done this exercise with a client, and I'm looking for what I wrote and I can't find it. So I can share mine while others are working on theirs. Oh, I may have found it. Wait. Okay, let's see. So what do I have? So mine, when I did this exercise with a client, this is my statement. I will create a workshop using my creativity to accomplish equality for all, and on doing so, also achieve a new rhythm in building. I don't know what I wrote, in building something. What does this say? It looks like in building bonds. I can't make sense of this. This has been a minute ago, but that's what mine sounds like. That's the statement that I came up with. So I will create a workshop using my creativity to accomplish equality for all, and in doing so, also achieve a new rhythm in building something. So whenever you're ready, please, two people share. So we come to a close and depart as we arrived, in peace, love, connectivity, holding space, equanimity, creativity.
I can say what I wrote. And this is, I can definitely see this being a coaching activity, because this 3 minutes or the 8 minutes that we've been in this, doing this activity, it's not enough time. I'm tweaking it as I speak. So I will enjoy me time using intuitiveness to accomplish collaboration, and in doing so also achieve financial freedom and abundance.
Love it. Make sure you keep that somewhere you can see and remind you again.
Okay.
That this is what you're doing.
So maybe folks can come off of mute and share, because it takes something to type it. And I know that if your paper looks anything like mine, there's scratches all over the place. So
yes,
don't even bother to type it, just speak it. So who can okay, so I'm gonna have to call on somebody. All righty, let's see. Let's hear from people I thought about, not here anymore. Andrea. Andrea, are you available? How about Valencia? Okay, I'm gonna start calling on everybody. I'm gonna open up your mics and your videos, and
I'll share. I'm cool with it.
thank you, Shawnee love.
No problem. So where do you want me to begin? You just go through all of them, or?
So you're going to start with the statement, I will, right? And you filled in column 4. And for me,
Okay, so the things that I will put in place. So I will sleep, I will move, I will play, engage in play and pleasure. That's what I wrote.
Okay, so the statement is I will, right? And then to accomplish, and to also achieve, and in doing so also achieve, right? So you were filling in those blanks.
Yeah, I filled in them all, but I'm sorry, I missed the structure, so I apologize for that.
Okay.
So I wrote this piece about my self-care. So in order to achieve these other columns that we're talking about, that's what you want me to do?
So you're pulling something from I will, column 4, right? Okay. I will, whatever you circle in column 4, you're adding that to I will, right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And then you're adding using and bringing in whatever you use, whatever you circled in column 3.
3.
Then to accomplish, and you're adding whatever you circle in column 2. And then you're adding, and in doing so, also achieve whatever you circle in column 1.
Okay, all right, try this. So I will sleep and get rest so that I can accomplish amplifying or utilizing my relationship with words, like my speaking, expressing, coaching, in order to restore balance and racial equity in the world. And then also, I declared that my desire is to build stronger relationships with my family on both sides.
So, and in doing so, also achieve?
Yes, in doing so, achieve stronger relationships with my family on both sides, my maternal and paternal family members.
Beautiful. Thank you, sis.
Sorry for the struggle.
Well, I am complete. If no one else is available to share, or if you are, please unmute yourself and come forth. Come forth. And then otherwise, we can, King Yofu, if you like to play Lost in Turnout, or we can move on to the closing. Is your call. And the reason why I'm inviting us to listen to this song is to share that also music holds space for us as well. And one of the songs that I was introduced to very, very early on in life, I think I was like maybe when I was very young, maybe 10 years old. And because I grew up in a very Latin household, to this day, I still do not know who introduced me to this song, except for that I've accepted that this was a song that was introduced to me by someone, my spirit, actually, it was spirit. And it supported me in, again, saving my life from making the wrong decision, to follow the footsteps of some folks in my family that I love so much. So anyway, it's called Lost and Turned Out by the Whispers. And King Yofu, if that's cool, please play it. If not, then we can move on. So use music too. Music is a way to hold space for yourself. It's a tool.
It's circling, it's trying to get there. We got to hold space for the music. Oh.
Shawnee, where you at, Shawnee? Shawnee and I recently discovered that we share this song in common.
She has a certain quota to fill. He wants to buy a new got distracted on the way with grandma's house. And now she's turned out, lost and turned out, lost and turned out.
is the word.
So many are used
That was my reminder.
over what will your folks say? Olivia, slave, it must be breaking their hearts in two. Listen
Close.
they're
They're
calling
calling
you.
distracted on the way.
Grandmother's
Cry.
changed the way. Now she's turned out, lost and turned out. Olivia, where you will? She's lost and turned out. That kind of severe. Lost and turned out. Olivia, the slave. Lost and turned out. Don't let it drag you to your grave. Lost and turned out. Olivia, where's your mind? He pulls you down all the time. Lost and turned out. Olivia, stop and think. Lost and turned out. To his band. Lost and turned out. Olivia, break the chains.
Break the chain. Come on. This song still speaks to my spirit to this day. It saved me from many, many things. Because boy, did I want to run for my life and be in them streets, running from abuse, right? This song was the reminder there's also abuse outside of the space you're in right now. So you choose, and I chose not to be in the streets in this way. So that's it. That is my holding space song. Lost and Turned Out. Find yours.
Speak to your special offer, Sannyazin.
Yes, family, I am offering a 130-minute session, colorfully connecting, one-on-one session. And you are, so I'm asking for you to choose a color, and Kinyofu, share, help me with the colors I chose that they're choosing from to determine who will join me on this 30-minute one-on-one session.
Okay, so everyone pick a color, 4 colors to choose from. One color is fuchsia, another is turquoise, another is orange, and the other is yellow. Pick a color, write it in the chat. The first person who chooses the correct color will be the winner.
I put turquoise in. I don't know if you saw that. I don't even know if I'm right, but either way, I'm going to work with her.
Thank you, love.
All right, I'm looking at the chat. Not much colors are in here, so keep pulling colors. It's 3 choices. 3 entries, I should say. All right, well, we might have a winner. Rukia says yellow, and she has a whole paragraph to attach to it. I will overcome what's blocking me from fully using the gift that God has blessed me by using my tenacity to accomplish a healthy, heterosexual, loving, respectful relationship. And in doing so, I will achieve connection. Yellow is the color of the day. Rukia.
Yes. All right,
Congrats,
Rukia.
Rukia. Awesome.
Congrats, love.
All right, awesome. Sannyazin, share your contact information, can you?
Yes, so 3 different ways you can contact me is on Facebook, Colorfully Connecting, on Instagram at Colorfully Connecting, and by email, sanyazin@colorfullyconnecting.com.
Thank you, sis. Thank you. And that was too much information. Blessings. Good morning, everyone.
Okay, so Sannyazin just did this wonderful session that was actually a couple of coaching sessions in one. That's what I determined. And we got a lot of value from it, a lot of introspection about what holding space means. And we also created a plan for ourselves. That, how special is that? Obviously, she put some time into planning. Obviously, this is her passion. Obviously, she is teaching from a whole another level, and using colors as just that emanates from her. So let's give back to Sannyazin with all that, all the abundance that we have in our lives. Like, just give back to her as she graciously gave to us. And you can do this by Zelle Quick Pay. You can go to SOWleadershipdevelopment@gmail.com. You can also go to Cash App, $ Spirit of a Woman. The links are being dropped in the chat, so don't worry about all the spellings. Just follow the chat, click the link, and when you send in your offering, use the code 640-SHN. 640-SHN. That ensures that your donation goes to Sannyazin, which is your intention for this day. And we have love offerings that you can do by the month, where you set it and forget it. We have $4 amounts: $25, $50, $75, and $100. You can use the links that's being dropped in the chat. The format is the same. The numbers change. Just note that the numbers are 25, 50, 75, and 100. And next up, we have Sahuspeet. Our dear Sahuspeet will be sharing a topic called status, commitment, and lifestyle. Wow, that sounds really interesting. It's different. So let's tune in on Sunday for that topic. And new members, if you're out there, okay, hold up. Who's unmuted? New members, if you're out there, please drop in the comment section that you're new, whether you're in Zoom or whether you're in Facebook. Just say I'm new, so that the WOO community can rally around you and hug you with comments of welcome and all the things that WOO does. So we want you to come back. So we definitely appreciate you here. And there's Sunday, and there's Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday that's available. 7 to 8:30 is when you can find us. And we're also here on Monday and Wednesday from 7 to 7:30. We are always streaming on Zoom and on Facebook. And if you would like a text reminder saying that will basically waking you up in the morning, you can, and if you haven't done it already, do this now. Open up a text, type in 74121 in the telephone number section, and then in the comment section, type in WOO Nation and press send, and you will be added to our automatic text messaging system. We have swag. bit.ly/WOO swag is where you can get all the things. We have mugs and thermoses, laptop sleeve bags, journals, masks, sweatshirts and t-shirts, different sizes, different colors. Go to the site bit.ly/WOO swag right now. Figure out what it is that you would like, make a choice, and share out with others, because maybe they want something, or maybe you could buy something for them. Get your swag today. Stay in touch. register at bit.ly/wake up movement. You want to do that every week because every week we have a different lineup. When you do that, you're going to receive an email letting you know who's going to be present this week, what they're talking about, and you also can be privy to any special messages the facilitators have and share with the email community. We have 2 Facebook pages. One is private, one is public. And the private page is where we are streaming live now. That's our group. You go to bit.ly/woo community. You would need to answer a few questions and then get permission to join. And the public page is bit.ly/Woo Nation, uppercase Woo Nation. That's our fan page. So you go there and you click like, and you also share. We're on Instagram at Wake Up Everybody Virtual. We're on YouTube at bit.ly/Woo on YouTube. And if you'd like to send us an email, info.wakeupseries@gmail.com. Today's Thursday, so this is our weekly invitation for you to consider becoming a volunteer. There's so many ways that you can be a volunteer. There's so many roles to play, and there's a whole movement behind the scenes. If you just take a peek in, you will see all the things, and that you can actually be a part of it. Our doors are open, our arms are open. We want you to see what there is for you to do, some talent, some skill. Maybe you wrote something in your I can column, that 4th column, I can, and then the paragraph I will, maybe we can fulfill that. We have a position that's pollinator. It's pollinator allows you to come in and at your own time in the convenience of your schedule and do a task. So maybe that task is making a phone call or 2, right? Based on your time. So maybe that task is sending some emails. There's tasks we have list for you, and we want you to call and find out what that is, or not call, but email info.wakeupseries@gmail.com. Okay, with that said, I'm stopping the screen share and I'm asking everybody to unmute themselves so we can give Sannyazin a love shower for this wonderful, insightful session.
Thank you, Sannyazin, for this great presentation.
Thank you, Sannyazin. You are amazing, goddess.
You look
You are
so
truly
beautiful.
gifted. Thank you for
Thank
your
you. I haven't
insight,
seen you in a
your
long
compassion, and
time.
holding
So
the
good.
space.
So
Thank you
glad
for
to
your
see you
heart.
here,
Family,
Thank you
beautiful.
for how
let's
you
support it.
show
Love
the
you,
day.
sister. Love you, love you, love you,
Their
love you, love you.
Sannyazin.
Thank you,
You are amazing.
Sandy.
So
Great
amazing.
You look
producer,
beautiful.
Shawnee. Thank you
Wait
so
to
much
watch
for
the
I
replay.
beautifully
Looking forward.
shared some
Thank you,
beautiful
everybody.
songs.
Everybody, I love
Yeah,
y'all.
thank
Thank
you.
you for
Stay creative and let's stay
being
powerful.
Back
Thank
again
Beautiful.
you for
soon.
what you do.
Don't let the
Thank
Lord
you,
take it
Army.
away from
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
Sannyas,
Co-create.
Great
you
Adventine. Thank you,
know
Adventine.
how
No
lovely
woman.
you are. May
Thank
you
you
go
so
forth,
much.
and I
You
believe
look
in what you
amazing. Thank you.
stand for, what it is you
Thank you
do,
so much. You
and
were
I see this
amazing.
being global.
You're
Thank
so
you so
beautiful.
much. Full gratitude. Love.
You're so beautiful.
Received and
Everyone
reflected,
have
family. Thank you.
love you. Have such an awesome day. Oh, I love your earrings, Mama. They are awesome.
Thank